To commemorate the 107th anniversary of the Iglesia Ni Cristo, or Church of Christ, we'll take a look at how the Church gave back to the people and extended exemplary assistance in Australia and New Zealand. Here's Eagle News correspondent Morgan Goodfellow to share more of the story. Morgan?
COVID-19 has brought many unprecedented occurrences to date. It has tremendously impacted numerous individuals and organisations all over the world. Despite all these, the Iglesia Ni Cristo, or Church of Christ, here in Australia, Oceania, was unstoppable in conducting various aid to humanity and INC-giving projects to the community, lessening the hardship and burden that this pandemic has brought about. Renowned across the world for achieving COVID-0, the lift in restrictions allowed for both Australia and New Zealand to conduct face-to-face activities once again. Strongly motivated by their faith to do good to others whenever they possibly can, the Church of Christ members swiftly took this opportunity to hold various outreach programs, providing a stepping stone for many individuals as they returned back to their pre-pandemic norms. The lift in restrictions last year allowed for church members to take part in several blood donation drives organised in Australia and New Zealand. Individuals from 18 above were enthusiastic to participate in a great cause, as activities such as these not only provide aid to the community, but also save many lives. Furthermore, in Australia, an outreach to student visa holders was held in Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne through the Aid to Humanity program. This activity consisted of fun-filled activities to spread positivity during these uncertain times.
Yeah, it has affected us a lot, especially for us, since we're international students, we're far from home. And well, other than the financial struggle, there's also the emotional struggle as well, because my family is far from me and I kind of need that emotional support as well.
As well as providing care packages and financial assistance to the local government. The members also donated boxes of clothes to numerous non-profit and charity organisations, with the purpose of helping their fellow men cover their basic needs in these troubling times. Over to New Zealand, members of the Church of Christ also conducted various aid to humanity programs to celebrate the birthday of the church's executive minister, Brother Eduardo Vimanalo. Assistance was provided to the disadvantaged members of the community in Auckland, Invercargill, Christchurch, Wellington, Hutt Valley and Levin, where around 2,000 care package bags were distributed. In addition to this, financial assistance was also provided to the dignitaries' government officials, as well as political and community leaders to further support their constituents. These well-respected individuals expressed their gratitude and thanks to the Iglesia Ni Cristo's unceasing efforts in providing aid to those who need it.
I'm Jenny Anderson, I'm the MP for Hutt South, and I'm just here really to acknowledge your kindness and the work that you've done. I know it's an important part of the work that you do to demonstrate care for others, and I think this is a fantastic example.
It's an incredibly generous organisation of the Church of Christ, and especially as a whole global organisation and the goodwill of what the whole church does. And for us, it's incredible.
I would only express my gratitude and thanks for the Aid to Humanity project that the church has set up. I know that this happens throughout the world, and we are particularly fortunate that you have chosen to be
a lot of vulnerable people that were actually discovered as a result of COVID lockdowns. We did not realise the vulnerability and poverty that exists in Auckland for a lot of families, especially those who lost the salaries of breadwinners and the struggle they go through. And this is absolutely amazing that the Church of Christ has acknowledged that there is poverty in Auckland.
Despite the negative outcomes this pandemic has brought to many, the Church of Christ here in Australia, Oceania, is seen to be unbreakable in their unity and love for doing good whenever they possibly can. It is truly inspiring to see the love and positivity the Church of Christ is extending in these trying times. Reporting from Townsville, Australia, this is Morgan Goodfellow, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Morgan. The efforts of the Church of Christ members in Australia and New Zealand are truly inspiring.